Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Frel, your professor.
Good morning. Welcome to our course SAC Elect Basics of School Management and Administration. Our first topic is on educational organization and governance. First, we have to define organization. It is a social units or human groupings deliberately established for the accomplishment of specific objective. So, as an organization, it could also be grouping of work and allocation of duties and responsibilities, as well as authority to achieve specific goals. The same applies to educational institutions. So next is for us to define what an educational organization is. This actually has multiple meanings according to the field and setting in which it is being applied. In an educational psychology, it is defined as an organization within the scope of education because it deals with the theory of organization as it applies to education of the human mind. While in school reform, educational organization is the way an educational system operates, how it operates on its day-to-day activities. While an educational organization also may be referred to non-profit agencies that provides educational services to clientele. The next question is what the organization is supposed to do in order to achieve the goals. Like other organizations, an educational organization also has responsibilities and duties. So, these are which people in various positions in the organization have to carry out these responsibilities and duties. They are worked out from their specific function. Another is the task or the specific activities within those duties or responsibilities. And of course, its organization has its own standards. These are the amount and the quality of products or service that the organization provides. And the last one is the target or targets. These are the amount or the quality of products or service which an organization wishes to give out over a given time frame. Now let's define governance. This is a process of interaction plus decision making among the actors involved in the collective problem that might lead to the creation, reinforcement, or reproduction of social norms or attitudes and institutions. So class, always be reminded that governance is a process by which those who are part of the governing board or body make some interactions or decision making, whose purpose is at least to create a new norm or a new institution, or to reinforce an existing norm or an institution, or it might be a reproduction of the same things. Next is for us to define educational governance. This educational governance has the intention of promoting effective delivery of education and services. So later in your lives, when you are already on the field, you will be part of what we call educational governance. And it is expected as teachers you have to promote an effective delivery of education and service to your clientele, particularly the students. Another is an educational governance is an overarching framework that determines the policy of the state to meet its goals and targets. Always remember, class, that educational institutions works within the framework laid down by the state through its educational policies. One thing more is that educational governance has the responsibility to ensure that quality education is available to all. When we say quality education, this focuses on the holistic growth of or development of the child, such as his social, emotional, mental, physical, and cognitive development, regardless of his gender, race, ethnicity, socioeconomic status, or geographical location. In short, it prepares the child for life and not just for testing. Now I would like to quote from an article where Secretary Gisli A. Lapos of the Department of Education have published through his speech when he said, our success as school managers depends on our positive attitude towards change. We must be the catalyst who will not only accept changes and reforms but also lead and manage these changes. So class, please be reminded of these words from our very own Secretary Lapos. Now class, we have to proceed with the recent basic education program in the country, and I am speaking of the K12 basic education program. So as we look at the framework of the K12 graduate, it is expected that the graduate is a holistically developed Filipino with 21st century skills. So what are these skills? One is skills in information, media, and technology. Another is effective communication skills. Third is life and career skills. And the fourth one is learning and innovation skills. So, when we say life and career skills, after graduating from the senior high school, graduates are expected to have been prepared or to have possessed these skills they need for employment. However, for those who intend to pursue learning after their senior high school, and then they can proceed with higher education or with middle level skills development, or they can even pursue entrepreneurship. So since you are a graduate also of this curriculum, you are now in the classroom, so it is understood that you are trying to improve your learning and innovation skills. So this new curriculum that we are using in our Philippine educational system is provided under Republic Act 10533, known as the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, titled An Act Enhancing the Philippine Basic Education System by Strengthening its Curriculum and Increasing the Number of Years for Basic Education. There are three main features of this new curriculum. The first one is that of the kindergarten. So this is a part of the basic education curriculum which was being institutionalized starting in the school year 2011 to 2012. And this feature was made into law by Republic Act 10157, titled an act institutionalizing the kindergarten education into the basic education system. Another main feature of this curriculum is the mother tongue. When we say mother tongue, this is the language which a person or a child has grown up speaking from early childhood. So, under the curriculum, the mother tongue was being taught as a subject in grades 1 to 3. Next, the third main feature of this curriculum is senior high school, or this speaks for the additional 2 years known as or considered as the grades 11 and 12 in the secondary education. So looking at the model in your slide, you have the key plus 6 plus 4 plus 2 model. From the kindergarten at the age of 5, the child has to enter the basic education, and he has to undergo the 6 grade levels from grade 1 to grade 6 at the age of 6 to 11 years old. That's just the elementary school. Then after that, the child has to proceed to grades 7 to 10 at the age of 12 to 15 under the junior high school, and his grades 11 and 12 with age ranging from 16 to 17 years old in his senior high school. Now class, let's have a short glimpse in the K12 curriculum map. So as you look at the slide from the kindergarten, then the learning domains included are English, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, Edukasyon sa Pagpapakatao, Math, Science, and MAPE. Now, when the child enters grades 1 to 6, he will be having core subjects such as Math, Science, MAPE, English, Filipino, AP or Araling Panlipunan, and ESP. His Math, MAPE, and Science are included in grades 3 to 6, while EPP in grades 4 to 6, and MTB, MLE in grades 1 to 3. When we say EPP class, it means Edukasyong Pantahanan at Pangkabuhayan, and MTB-MLE speaks for Mother Tongue-based multilingual education. Then from grades 7 to 8, that would be the junior high or junior high school, core subjects includes English, Filipino, Araling Panlipunan, ESP, Math, Science, and MAPE. While in grades 9 to 10 or the junior high school, then they have core subjects such as English, Filipino, AP, ESP, Math, Science, and MAPE, plus an elective technology and livelihood education. Now, for those under the senior high school grades 11 and 12, they will now be having senior high school tracks, which are divided into 4, including academic, technical vocational livelihood, sports, arts, and design. Among these 4 tracks, only the academic has 4 strands, which are the ABM, meaning accountancy, business and management academic programs, the STEM or STEM, speaking for science, technology, engineering and mathematics, which focuses on advanced concepts and topics. And the third one is the HUMS, pertaining to humanities and social sciences. And the GAS or the GAS, which is the general approach strand that covers various disciplines like humanities, social sciences, organization, and management. Now let's have the senior high school content and competencies. So the grade 11 and 12 will be taken by the students under 4 or within 4 semesters, which includes 31 subjects. And among these 31 subjects, 15 are core subjects while 16 are track subjects. Under the 16 track subjects, 7 are contextualized subjects and 9 are specialization subjects. But class, remember that each subject will have 80 hours per semester. And while the physical education and health subjects will have 20 hours per semester. So when we try to compute the number of hours for core subject, that will be equivalent to 1,200 hours. For the track subject, that would be 1,280 hours with a total of 2,480 hours before the student can complete his grade 11 and 12. And when we try to divide the 2,480 hours by 400 school days, then we will be having 50 school days in each semester, which will be composed of 6.2 hours per day. Now, my next question is, who can offer senior high school? One is private entities or private school can also offer senior high school as well as public schools. So in the case of the university, during the transition period, we also participated in the offering of the senior high school in Rojas, Palawan. And we offered this senior high school for 3 consecutive years. However, for this school year, we no longer receive senior high school students. So that would be all, class, for our discussion for your first topic. And for your activity in this topic, you have to ask at least 2 teachers or principal or head teacher near your residence regarding the implementation of the K12 curriculum in their school. And based from their answers, write a position paper regarding the advantages and the disadvantages of the K12 curriculum. So class, thank you for watching this video. See you on the next video.